you want to show up as. Who you want to show up as.
I do have a strategy.
Making the most of this waiting. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Glenda and Michele. And I am Michele Welch. I'm a certified meditation teacher. And with me is...
Glenda. I'm Glenda Britton. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist specializing in mental wellness. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe below.
All righty, let's get started. Okay. Hey, Glenda. I want to know, how are you feeling about all the waiting that's going on, that you're having to do right now?
You mean like waiting when you go to the store? And
any kind of waiting.
You want it on the phone or whatever.
Delivery,
all the waiting.
COVID type waiting.
Yeah.
Things on hold.
Yeah. It's pretty, well, I go from feeling it's a little overwhelming, and then I think, well, I'm only getting what I need instead of just what I want.
Bit of an ordeal to get it.
It is.
So here's the thing. We're looking at how we're all making the most of this waiting, because we just don't really want to waste it. But with that question of what are we going to do with that, use that wisely, I've created something that I've handed out at some of my workshops. Waiting meditations. These are cue cards, and you can grab them if you click the link below, and they are a really great little tool that I've used in my workshops to help people to not waste the waiting time. Next, we've got feelings about the waiting. I know sometimes I catch myself feeling impatient and a little put out.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I don't know if it's based on what else is going on that day or where I am, because there's been a huge range, and sometimes it's like, oh brother, and I get frustrated because it's like I don't really have time to be standing in a lineup like this. And then there's other times I've sort of been a little overwhelmed by just how sad and scary this is. Yeah. And just like, what is going on? It's because I tend to, I work from home, and so I feel like, I'm in my little bubble, and I go out and I see all these people in masks and lined up for like 45 minutes just to get into a store, and one at a time, and it just sort of snaps me back into like what's reality of what's going on. But I do have a strategy. And that was taught to me by you so many years ago.
All right.
And so I just go there. And I even may build in some other little balancing exercises and stuff, especially if I'm holding on to a cart, which I often am when I'm in one of these lineups. But I just do very short mindfulness moments, I'll call them, where I'll just feel my feet firmly on the ground, take a nice cleansing breath into my belly through my nose. I keep my eyes open, but I just try to stare off into nowhere because I don't want to look like I'm zenning out. I feel like, and I used to feel like this before whenever I saw a lineup, again, because of what you taught me, when I'd see a lineup, I'd be like, and my initial instinct would be like, darn. And then my second now instinct is like, oh, an opportunity to sort of ground myself and just take it down a couple notches.
So Glenda, do you also find when you're doing that grounding sort of mini mindfulness moment in, say, the grocery store or the lineups, do you find it helps calm the chaos of your thoughts? Because we are dumped on right now. Do you get clarity with any of that?
I certainly do. And, it's exactly that. It just clears the fog and all the maybe other emotions or whatever else is going on in the moment. And I get into the store, and we're self-isolating here with 6 adults, and I'm the only one grocery shopping. So it's a huge order, once a week. And I get in there and I'm much more efficient than I would be otherwise. So it really does help to help you to be more productive.
Right. And yeah, it does. It's funny how a lot of people resist that message about being still allows you to do more.
Yeah.
It's
it definitely does.
Message, but it really does. And figure out who you want to show up as.
Right.
Who you want to be in this world. And I was listening to a really great comment from David G. He's a meditation master, and he was speaking about the process of attention. First, we pay attention to things, then we set an intention Then if we don't go past that stage, it's still all kind of in our heads and it's a very private moment, but then that intention leads into action. And so all of these little meditation cue cards that I have start with the paying attention, lead into the intention, and then, which is often finding calm and stillness, quieting the chaos, up leveling your self-love, your compassion for others, those kinds of intentions. But then what happens as you leave afterwards, you take that new energy and you shift it and head out into your day. So you take action. Okay, Glenda, I just wanted your take on what you think we've gained from this lack of being able to rush around, this forced waiting that we're all doing.
Well, personally, I just think it's been the universal equalizer. It's just put all people into the same bucket. Doesn't matter what country you live in, what you eat, what your traditions are. It doesn't matter. We're all in this together. And personally, I think that's really positive, and I really hope more and more people see it that way. That heck, we're all the same. When it comes right down to it, we all love the same. We all need to eat food. We all need to love and laugh, and that's all that matters.
With that lesson that's deep in there, it's giving us a chance to sort of flip the negative story. Like you said, you chose to look at the positive side of the whole experience, even though we're put out when we start getting ourselves into that little headspace. But when we flip the story into, again, what can I gain by this? Who do I want to be? Who's the person I want to be when this is over? Who's the person I want to be when I'm in that lineup? Or for my family, for example, who do I want to be? How do I want my children or my family members or loved ones to see how we coped? And it doesn't mean you're not going to have the hard feelings too, and those days where you feel the weight of it. Which brings me back to using this waiting, these little moments, these little meditations like the one you described, and the ones I have the cue cards for, because those are dealing with breath, dealing with our smile, our inner smile, and sending that energy out. We have the one where we focus on sounds around us, that mindfulness listening. And of course, we're always working with the breath, and the grounding one that you described, which I use a lot. Some people might say, well, why bother? Why bother? Well, it's because you feel better.
Yeah.
It starts to activate kindness and compassion, and you actually feel like you can cope, that you can move along more easily through all these rocky times. So that's why these tools are absolutely fantastic, and I hope those of you watching will take advantage of grabbing the guide, my cue cards, in the link below this video. And while you're there, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like what you listened to today. Please subscribe to our channel so we'll know that you want us to make more videos. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us today. Bye for now.
Bye.
See you later.